Fort Lauderdale wakes each morning to the hiss of Atlantic surf and the soft hum of yachts warming their engines. Along 165 miles of finger-like canals, dubbed the Venice of America, yet proudly Floridian, the city meshes Mediterranean with pastel mid-century motels and mega-yachts moored beside paddleboarders. From mangrove-laced parks to neon-lit boulevards, its appeal unfolds in layers of sunshine and salt spray. Follow these 8 wonders, and you'll understand why Fort Lauderdale is no longer just Miami's laid-back cousin, but a destination, conducting its own seaside symphony. One LA's Olas Boulevard, stretching from the New River all the way to the shoreline. LA's Olas is both runway and time capsule. Morning reveals joggers darting past banyan roots while cafe baristas whirl cortaditos under Spanish-style awnings. By midday, the boulevard turns gallery row. Glass-front studios showcase marine photography and bronzed seahorse sculptures, their doors propped open by ocean breeze. When dusk splashes gold across the canal, clinking wine glasses accompany flamenco guitars on hidden patios. Whether you arrive for a designer sundress, a craft IPA, or a live-edge mahogany dining table shipped from Bali, Las Olas answers with stylish nonchalance to Fort Lauderdale beachfront. Promenade, redevelopment in the 1990s, swapped rowdy spring break bars for a wave-shaped promenade of paver stones, palms, and sugar-soft sand. The Atlantic shimmers aquamarine. Shallow enough for toddlers, and still lively enough for morning surfers chasing ankle-high swells. Rent a cruiser bike and glide beneath sea grape canopies while pelicans skim the water nearby. At Beach Place, steel drum beats drift from open-air terraces serving frozen pina coladas as big as conch shells. Sunrise is the insider's hour. Fishermen cast silver spoons from the pier. Joggers greet one another by first name, and the first ray of sun ignites hotel windows in molten copper. 3. Bonnet House Museum and Gardens, just a block from condo. Towers, 5 distinct ecosystems: coastal dune, maritime forest, mangrove wetlands, freshwater sleweth, and beach surround an artist's estate, frozen in jazz-age whimsy. Built in 1920 by Frederick and Evelyn Bartlett as a winter retreat. Bonnet House contains whimsical murals, a shell-encrusted courtyard fountain, and bright yellow walls that seem to bottle Florida sunshine. Spider lilies frame a lagoon where swans glide past Amazon parrots, squawking from gumbo limbo limbs. Touring the art-stuffed studio feels like trespassing inside a kaleidoscope of old Florida daydreams. For the Intracoastal Waterway and Millionaire's Row, water defines Fort Lauderdale, and the best seat is aboard a water taxi gliding through the Intracoastal's turquoise artery. Captain narrations serve real estate gossip between heron sightings. Here's the Mediterranean Palazzo, once owned by a runway model. There, the minimalist glass cube, recently purchased by a tech tycoon. Drawbridges lift with slow grandeur, sailboats nod in passing, and hidden pocket parks reveal locals grilling mahi under tiki huts. Hop-on stops include dock and dine landmarks where you can savor hogfish tacos, while yachts do a slow ballet beneath twinkle-light palms. 5. Hugh Taylor Birch State Park, just across A1A from the beach, this 180-acre swath of maritime hammock and coastal lagoon feels like a portal to pre-condo South Florida. Kayak along mangrove tunnels where manatees surface with size. Or hike the shady coastal hammock trail beneath Gumbo Limbo, nicknamed tourist trees for their red peeling bark. The park rents stand-up paddleboards for a serene paddle-on, the freshwater lagoon, and the on-site outdoor cafe pours cold craft beer steps from the surf. At twilight, watch ghost crabs scuttle across the sand road tiny. Reminders that wilderness still holds the keys to Fort Lauderdale's heart. 6. Riverwalk Arts and Entertainment District. The meandering New River once ferried Seminole canoes. Today its banks host the Broward Center for the Performing Arts, the Museum of Discovery and Science, and the historic Stranahan House, a 1901 trading post where Frank Stranahan swapped goods with Native Americans. Stroll the brick Riverwalk. Under lampposts draped with bougainvillea, riverboat taxis glide by, and jazz saxophones drift from patio lounges. On weekends, artisan markets spill scented candles and key lime pies onto the esplanade, while water taxis glow neon for night cruises beneath skyline reflections. 7. NSU Art Museum, Fort Lauderdale. Architect Edward Larrabee Barnes designed This downtown gem in 1986, its poured concrete facade, softened by fountains and tropical foliage. Inside, 25,000 square feet spotlight, Latin American and Caribbean modernists, Frida Kahlo sketches, Diego Rivera watercolors, alongside Fauvists, and contemporary South Florida installations. Temporary exhibitions range from avant-garde fashion to immersive video art that submerges you into coral reef ecosystems. The museum store curates treasures from Haitian beadwork to hardcover photography books celebrating the Everglades. Perfect mementos for art-charged wanderers. 8. Everglades, Holiday Park and Sawgrass Adventures. A 30-minute drive west swaps Atlantic brine for sawgrass, clapping in freshwater breeze. At Everglades Holiday Park, airboats skim across river of grass prairies at speeds up to 40 knots, then hush to drift near floating mats of water lilies. Alligators bask like studded handbags on muddy banks. Great blue herons spearfish with prehistoric precision. Guides share Seminole folklore and point out purple gallinules stepping across lily pads with clown shoe feet. When the engine cuts, the quiet feels primeval, broken only by the croak of a pig frog or the whir of dragonfly wings. Proof that wilderness begins just beyond Fort Lauderdale's manicured shoreline. 8 wonders in 800 words can't bottle every nuanced sunset yacht parades on the New River. Arctico motels awaiting Instagram lenses. Secret speakeasies off Federal Highway, but they chart the city's essential rhythm. A tide-swept dance between saltwater glamour and subtropical grit. Whether you visit for a long weekend or drop anchor for good, Fort Lauderdale invites you to trade hurry for drift, to swap winter boots for flip-flops, and to let canals, cocktails, and Gulf Stream breezes carry you exactly where you didn't yet know you wanted to go.